Hello everyone, my name is Reena Ante. Today I am here going to start our topic, that is cellular junction. What are the cells? As we know, cells are the basic functional unit of our life. What are the junctions? Junctions are basically a connection between two things. So in case of the cell, like these are the cells, when one cell is formed connection with the other cells. Here, in between these two cells having a space called intercellular space, and this space is filled with a fluid that is called tissue fluid. So one cell is form a contact with other cell, that is called a junction, or when one cell is form a contact with the extracellular substance. So these cellular junctions are what? Basically these cellular junctions are the modifications of the plasma membrane. So we can categorize into two things, that is, first one is cell to cell contact, here you can see, and second one is the cell to extracellular matrix contact. What is the extracellular matrix? Extracellular matrix is the substance that present the outside the cell, that formed of carbohydrates and proteins. So these cellular junctions we can classify into 5 junctions. First one is the tight junction, second is desmosomes, third one is hemidesmosome, fourth one gap junction, fifth one is the plasmodesmata. The first tight junctions, desmosomes, hemidesmosomes, gap junctions, plasmodesmata. In out of 5 junctions, 4 junctions, tight junction, desmosomes, gap junction and plasmodesmata, they form a contact with the other cells, means they form a cell to cell contact, that first one. And the hemidesmosomes, that form a contact with extracellular matrix. The first, that is the tight junctions. Here we can see in the diagram, tight junctions are basically when two membrane of the cells are tightly bound with a different type of the proteins, that form a tight junctions. As we can see in the collecting duct of the nephron, microvilli that present in the intestine, bile duct that present in the liver. The second one is the desmosomes. Desmosomes is also a cell to cell contact. Here we can see this is the plasma membrane of one cell, this is the plasma membrane of other cell, and they form a contact with the help of a protein that's stacked in both of the membrane of the cell, and these proteins are stacked with a different kind of the cytoplasmic protein that also present in both of the cells, and these cytoplasmic proteins are supported by the tonofibrils, and these tonofibrils are basically intermediate filaments. As we know, the intermediate filaments, what are the intermediate filaments? These are the cytoskeleton of the cells. They support the cells, or they can form a different type of the shape of the cells. So the desmosomes are basically where these desmosomes are present. Desmosomes are present where mechanical stress are higher, like in case of cardiac muscles, bladder tissue, intestinal muscle cells. So the next one is hemidesmosomes. Hemidesmosomes are the cytoplasmic connection of the cell. We also called our anchoring junctions. Anchoring junctions means when something is anchored with the cell. Like we can see here in the diagram, this is the plasma membrane of the cell and this is the extracellular matrix, and here a unique type of proteins are anchored with these cytoplasmic proteins called integrins, and these integrins form a connection with the extracellular matrix. and these the cytoplasmic proteins also connected with the intermediate filaments. So here in the desmosomes and hemidesmosomes, intermediate filaments are the supporting filaments. So we can remember these things, that is important. The next one is the gap junctions. Gap junctions are basically a cytoplasmic connection that is distinct from desmosomes and the hemidesmosomes because they form a connection with other cells through the cytoplasm. Here we can see in the gap junction a unique type of the protein that present in both of the membrane of the cell, and from one cell to other cell the substance is passed from one membrane to the other membrane, and the gap between two cells, that is not too much, that is 2 nanometer. And these gap junctions are basically present in case of the animal cells, and in case of animal cells these present in the heart muscle, electrical synapse. What are the electrical synapse? Electrical synapse are the neuronal connections. One neuron when connect with the other neuron, that having a space that called synapse. So here these gap junctions are present. The last one is the plasmodesmata. That is also a cytoplasmic connection like in case of gap junction, but these are present in case of the plant cells, and they are having a distinctive feature that when the one cell of the plant cells form a connection with other cells, having a structure called desmotubules, and these desmotubules that are formed of endoplasmic reticulum, or we can say having a vesicles here in this structure. So here we can summarize our cellular junctions. First one is tight junctions, that tightly, when two membranes are tightly bound. Second one is the desmosomes, then hemidesmosomes, both having intermediate filaments, but both are different because desmosomes having cell to cell contact, hemidesmosomes having cell to extracellular matrix contact, and the gap junctions and plasmodesmata both having cytoplasmic connection, but gap junctions are present in case of animal cells and plasmodesmata present in case of plant cells. Thank you.